What's going on, guys? So today I got a movie review for Fate of the Furious, the 8th Fast and Furious movie. They're really cranking these things out there. And to sum it up, it was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought from the trailers it looked boring, but it's pretty cool. So Dominic Toretto goes rogue on his family, and you don't know why, and I won't spoil it, but so he turns on them, and then they have to go hunt him instead of them hunting some other, person, and it turns into a typical Fast and Furious over-the-top action movie, which I love, but I feel like every movie these action scenes are just getting crazier and crazier, like one scene, you have The Rock's character, Luke Hobbs, he, torpedoes coming at him, and somehow he manages to slide on the ice while hanging onto the car, so he's like ice skating at 100 miles an hour, and push the torpedo. And, it's like those scenes are cool, but sometimes they're just so over the top, but you know what, that's what I like about the movie. So, yeah. You got, I think my favorite part of this movie was seeing Jason Statham, and The Rock team up, because those are the two badass characters in this movie ever since 7. So, once they started fighting in 7, I was like, oh, I want to see these two team up and just kick ass. So, it was really cool to see them team up. They're hilarious in this movie, too. This movie has so much comedy in it. Roman Pierce, Tyrese Gibson's character, he always steals the show. That dude he's hilarious in all of them. So, he stole it, you got Dom turning on him, good action scenes, Dom with his low voice gets annoying after a while, like every Fast and Furious movie, but, that's alright. I won't spoil anything, but Paul Walker's character is mentioned a few times in this movie, so it's pretty cool. I won't spoil it though, but it's pretty interesting, so if you guys haven't seen it, you'll appreciate it once you see it, how they mention, Brian in the movie. Pretty cool. So Paul Walker fans like me, you definitely check it out just for that too. But yeah, they got so much action in this, it keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole movie. But there were some scenes where it just drags, and I was actually kind of bored, when the whole gang's sitting around on the table and they're planning how to go after Dom, and talking about the God's Eye from number 7, because now they're using it again to track Dom, and they're just planning everything out. They do it about, I'd say, about 2 or 3 times in the movie, different times, and they just sit there and talk, and it's, for a Fast and Furious movie, they do talk a little bit, from like, slow things down to talk, slow the action down, but they've done it like 3 times, I'd say, in this movie, and it drags on, and it's so boring. I found it so boring. I was like, come on, pick up the pace. But towards the end of the movie, it really picks it up, like the action scenes just go way up there. It's amazing. It is cool, and when you find out the reason why Dom goes rogue, if you guys haven't seen it, it's crazy. It's awesome, he goes rogue, and you find out why, and it's like, holy shit. It's pretty awesome. I enjoyed the movie a lot. It was really cool. I wish they kind of set up I guess they did set up a tiny cliffhanger for number 9, because we all know they're going to make 2 more. So it set up a little cliffhanger, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to spoil anything, but great ending. Once again, I think three main things in this movie's worth watching for is The Rock, Jason Statham, and Roman Pierce's character, Tyrese Gibson. I love calling him Roman Pierce though, because that's how I see him. Those are the 3 main, I would say, main reason to watch the movie. Those 3 are, really good, and I don't know how to explain this, but you can tell Paul Walker is not in it, and it feels a lot different without Paul Walker. You know, I enjoyed it, but you know, I wish Paul Walker was in it. He's one of my favorite actors ever, so you definitely feel his absence in this movie. Um, you know, it feels very different. You know, like the end of Seven when Roman says things are going to be different now. It's different. Roman's character, you know, you said it good. Or Roman Pierce, he said it. It feels very different without Paul. To me, anyway. You can definitely you know, I I'm being biased because I love Paul Walker. I didn't think it was. I think it could have been better if Paul was in it, of course. But you know, it's all right. You know, they still did a great job. They're adding new characters into it. You know, you got Mr. Nobody with his sidekick, who's like Mr. Nobody, little Mr. Nobody they call him, who I feel like is trying to make him the next Brian O'Connor, which I kind of didn't like, which was stupid. You know, that he kind of looks like him, you know, Scott Eastwood's character, driving, you know, the rally cars, just like Paul Walker's character did. So it's, you know, I felt like that's kind of stupid. You don't need to make a new Paul Walker. Just, you know, he can, like, be the new guy, but he doesn't need to, you know, wear the clothes and wear the watch and drive the WRXs like Paul did. But, you know, it's alright. So, to sum it up, I'm going to give, I don't know, what's a fair one for this? I'm going to give it a B-. I think it's a fair score. You know, it could have been better, but it was still good. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I recommend you guys go see it. Great movie. So, and if you guys seen it, let me know in the comments down below. We can discuss the movie. Or, you know, without spoiling anything though, of course. But, yeah. So if you guys enjoyed the video, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.